think it's working. Guess we'll find out very shortly. Yes. I have the computer so far away, it's like ridiculous. I'm just going to check and see if the video and sound's working, and I'll be right back. Alright, that's Moz. How are you? I know I'm not in visibility here. Just bear with me for a second. And just making sure this is up and running. And let's take a look here. Video good. No one around to make sound. No one around to make sound. You can't hear that? Because it shows that the sound's on. Hold on, let me check. Sound good. Oh my God. Everybody's a clown. Alright. I am not going to be reading the chat at all. So whatever you type amongst each other. I can't say hello to people because the computer's way over there. And it's just the way I've got things set up here. So it all works out to, in some way. I was hoping to make this quick. I don't think it's going to be quick. But I was going to write some things down. But I'm always, I don't know, I'm always somebody that tends to... Hold on, let me just make sure that we have good sound. Sound is good. Sound and video good. Hey, Ron. Good morning, everyone. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm back. All right, sorry for the delay. A couple things have happened over the last 2 weeks, and I want to address them. But I think I have to start at the beginning before I can kind of get to where I am right now. You know, it's a funny thing. The 27th of this month is going to be 3 years that I've done this consistently. I mean, I would throw up a video once in a great while, but it was... Actually, I didn't even do that. I think I just made my account in 2011 just to watch videos, because I'm not very big on technology, and that's for darn sure. You know, over the last couple of years, we've seen some very serious health issues here. A lot of things that I don't talk about, and I usually open my house to everybody, and things are still in certain situations. There are a couple people that know. A couple of them care. A couple of them don't care. Okay, plain and simple. You know, it doesn't affect their life unless they need something, and that's when they write. It is what it is. That's the nature of human beings. You know, I deal with this every day, and yet I put 16 to 17 hours a day between from the moment I woke up, going to the gym, going to my day job, and then coming home and working on this channel until very late evening. A couple of weeks ago, and we'll get back to a little bit of the history of this channel and some of my personal thoughts. A couple of weeks ago, I had done a review for a game, which I just happen to have here because it's on my pile to be put away. We now have organization out here. I know it doesn't look it, but we're getting there. But I did a review for a guy named Dino, Journey to the Overland. A game I really like. And my opinion will not change of that. So I decided to check out his channel, which is Solo War Gaming Show or something like that. And I looked at it and I said, oh wow, he's got a nice little channel and he's doing his own thing. Haven't gone through the videos and this, that, and the other. Then in the comments of my review of this game, one of our own, Joe from Arizona, had brought up and say, hey, I don't know if I can support this Kickstarter because this guy has basically taken some of your comments out of context and kind of trashed the patron. I go, really? Okay. Let me go check it out. I go check it out, and of course, one of the things that were said was taken out of complete context, by me saying, he tried to make it sound that I said that the Patreon is a business, when I was talking about YouTube being a business. And we'll explain that, but I don't want to explain to you how we've gotten to the point where I am right now. You know, the funny thing is, and then he would have these videos, I'm sorry, because I'm going off the top of my head, so you got to bear with me. So these videos were like showing the progress of how our Patreon would go up and down, and other people's patrons, which I don't care about anybody else's stuff. I really don't. Okay? But my stuff was included in these videos. And it was about how all Patreon is about people begging for money. And when you show my page and show how much that we are taking in, and not knowing the full story of our Patreon, it was kind of disturbing to me. So I left a comment underneath the video, and I said, I'm going to respond to this. But I was going to wait till today. But during that time, from Tuesday to today, I did some real soul searching as far as what's going on. And I looked at my channel as a whole. And we'll get into that. But let's continue on with the story, because I tend to drift off, and I'm trying to stay focused for once. My Patreon, okay, is... we laugh about it, and we have laughed about it. I don't know if I have it here. We talk about the Patreon basket. Oh, here it is. That's the only thing we bought with Patreon. And these lights here, the Queen put on. Now, we've taken that Patreon each and every month, and I'm going to break it down to you so a lot of you understand, because I've been getting a lot of emails, and I want you guys to do some calculations. If anybody has a calculator, I want you to put the numbers that I'm going to put out, and do the division, the adding, and all that other stuff. The internet is a very cruel and awful place, but it also contains a lot of people. A lot of people that are lost, a lot of people that are looking for a place to feel part of something. And then you have those people that just don't feel good about themselves, that have to try to dump on somebody else. All the bad things that humans are really can be amplified upon the internet, if you really think about it. Sloth, hatred, jealousy. You know, I can go on and on. You know, where's my lot in life? Why am I the way I am? You can amplify that because you can hide behind a keyboard. Okay? You know, these things happen day to day in schools and businesses, where there's always somebody trying to grab what you have. Some of you can defend yourselves, like myself. Okay? I can physically defend myself. And if somebody comes to take what's mine, they're going to find themselves something that they just don't want to run into. And then there's the people that can't. And those are the ones that get bullied upon and picked on. That's a whole nother rant. I keep on drifting off here. But again, when I looked at it, at first I looked at it and I go, wow, this person did no homework whatsoever. Doesn't have an idea what we've done. I'm not going to list everything that we do, but I can tell you that I get a ton of email every month of people that around Christmas time couldn't afford to do things for their kids because they were laid off. Okay? Some of them, maybe they're fake, maybe they're real. Camps, cancer camps that we've helped. Children that needed food that they couldn't afford. People that couldn't pay their mortgage. People that couldn't pay their rent, car payments, okay, birthday that they couldn't take care of because they're trying to meet their bills. It's hard out there, and the reason that we started that Patreon was to help others. Okay, listen, I'm no Joan of Arc. That game will be coming out soon, by the way. And you know, I'm no saint. Okay, I'm a foul mouth, big old nasty and old guy. I'm an old man, okay, that doesn't like to be pushed. I will fight back. I don't turn the other cheek, and I give everything I got. It's your job to shut me up, not me to shut you up. And that's the way I've gone through life. And I have a saint of a wife, okay, who has always tried to have me keep my mouth shut a lot of times. And she is. What she does and for other people in her job day to day, how she helps people, how she cries over people when they pass away, how she cries when she's able to do something really wonderful, like go through all the red tape and put in all the work just to make sure that a person has a wheelchair or a splint or something. I have to admire her for everything that she is, okay? And she suffers. She suffers a lot, and that weighs heavily on my heart, and it weighs heavily on my mind each and every day. And I'm putting 16 hours into a channel that I love because I believe that I can do some good. This Patreon was designed to help people, but if you look at it, it's a complete loss. I'm not sitting there making money like this person said I was, okay, or lumping me in with somebody. Maybe he sees it differently at this point. You're not always going to be liked, okay? We even have somebody here that just doesn't even watch a video and thumbs it down because they don't want to hear negativity sometimes, and they don't want to hear positive things. But they thumbs it down before they even see what's in there because of jealousy and all the other things that go with it. I wish this person had done some homework and seen. So I'm going to break down some numbers for you. In the Patreon, if you are a $10 Patreon giver, okay, we have promised you a game. Some people have taken advantage of that, and whatever they paid for the full year, guess what? They wanted that exact price of a game back, okay? I don't get these games for free. I have to pay for them. The way I built the Patreon was that I was hoping to get about 30% of the money to 30 to 40% of the money to help other people. I've run auctions, I've run this, that, to help supplement other things and help people. I haven't been able to help everybody. My whole point of growing this channel, and we'll get more about growing channels, was I figured the more money that we can bring in our Patreon, the more people that we can help. But there's a tremendous amount of work that has gone into this, okay? And a lot of sacrifice on my own. Next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, excuse me, I'm going to the tax office, all right? Because I got a real big tax bill from the Patreon. I have to pay those taxes. Can't take it out of the Patreon. All the games that I've purchased, okay? Can't write this off. You know, I wasn't business savvy enough to put myself in a position. And I know I'm going to get 1,000 comments at the bottom of this. Oh, well, you needed to do this. You needed to do that. Well, thank you, Johnny Obvious. Okay? I don't care. All right? I did things the way I did because I believed in what I was doing and continued to believe in it. And I will continue to go on. And we will be stronger, smarter, and better. Every month I was giving away things. Every month I was doing this. Where did all that money come from? It came from the Patreon. I want you to think of something also. And maybe you doubt that I've been working 16 hours a day. Again, let's figure in my real job in that. And again, I can't read any comments because the computer's too far away and I don't care to. Okay? I really don't give a crap. All right? If you think about how many games have had to go out of 200 and something patrons that have rotated in and rotated out, we lose some, we gain some. Okay? 140 games have 200 people, and 60 of them around there, somewhere in there, have said, hey, just send me a game not painted. Or there have been some few that say, hey, listen, I'm donating because I know what we're doing is correct. Out of that, and I'm estimating here, it could be plus, could be minus. About 140 of you had asked for things painted. Okay, I've painted close to about 70 games of it. Okay, times 70 times. Let's average it out at 20 miniatures per game. Okay. How many miniatures is that? And I hope somebody can figure that out and put that number up, because if you put that number up and put it in, put that red thing that you do at Rob Oren, I'll come over and I'll take a look and I'll give you the number, or figure the number out yourself. Okay, I've done that since the middle of October to now. Okay, that's how many figures I've painted. Not to mention the figures that I have to paint on screen to try to keep the channel relevant. Okay, not to mention some of the things that I've done for some very special people that mean a lot to me. And, you know, I've taken some time out to do some things. Not to mention some of the things that I've done to help others, to try to paint things so I can put them in an auction or a Christmas, part of our Christmas giveaways, so we can help people that maybe don't have things. The Patreon was built a certain way, and to have it slandered the way it was very, very disheartening and took a lot out of me. It really did. Since this time, since I made that comment, believe it or not, I'm gonna look. Hold on. Okay, 1,400 figures. 1,400 figures. Okay, 1,400 figures in that amount of time. How many of you can paint 1,400 figures in November, December, January, February, March? 5 months. All right, divide 5 into that now. And I'm figuring low because a lot of games are 30. There's 34. Some have 50. I'm just figuring low. Okay, I'm figuring low because the lowest I've seen is around 20. Figure that out. That's how many figures I'm sitting there painting. So in that time, I'm sitting there and giving you a great effort because I believe in what I was doing. I believed in the people that were out there. And then to have my patrons slandered as to, well, you're just trying to make money so you can sit on your ass and this, that, and the other. Man, that was a wrong thing to say to this old boy here. And you know something? I still have another 60 games. And I get emails every day. Hey, I want an update on this, that, and the other. Because some people, let's face it, some of you have waited 4 months. But I gave you that option. I said, hey, listen, this is going to take a bit. This is a great undertaking. And you want to know something? I probably won't be done till July, and to be honest with you. But I will get done before the next round come around. Okay? It's a lot of work. And a lot of heart goes into it. Because each thing that I've sent out has been something that has passionately been sent to you because you've helped me help others. And I think of all the people I've helped. What keeps me going is a number of things, and we'll get to that. Hold on. Now, there's another figure there. What's saying? I could do it in maybe 10 years. Yeah, probably 10 years. I love to paint. The whole point of this channel wasn't to be famous, okay? It all started back with a Death Star. I was part of the Ocala garrison, and they did their little con that they would do in a library, and I said, man, I'm gonna make something cool, and I'm gonna tape it, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube because I've never done that. I go, look at me, I'm gonna put stuff up on YouTube. You know, just having some fun. And then it kind of grew from there. I went away from Ocala garrison, and I just concentrated on my channel. And then I took, you know, since I wasn't with those guys, I keep on looking over that chat, and I of course I can't see it because it's way over there. I should have brought it closer, but it would distract me from what I'm going to, what I need to say. You're always going to have people that like you and dislike you here. And when I started this channel, it was in the hopes of just expressing the hobby that I loved so much. And then as I started showing off some of the painting things, like, oh boy, you know, wouldn't it be nice to reach some people, to try to do something good, where maybe some kid that's stuck playing Call of Duty maybe really has some talent out there and wants to pick up a brush, and I can reach them through this medium called YouTube. And I've tried to reach people, just showing them the basics, not trying to be a superstar. Well, you know, it's a funny thing, because one of the comments that was taken from that patron video, or one of my patron videos that I was talking about the patron, and when I was asking people to support it, was, it's a business. The minute you get $1, it becomes a business. And I stick by that, okay? The problem with this industry, okay, there are good people, there are bad people, but the minute you put money into it, okay, and this is a multi-million-dollar business, okay, all for this stuff, for games, okay? They don't do it for free, okay? Everybody out there that decides to start a YouTube channel thinks they can be one of the big guys, because they look at them and they go, oh, that's easy. All I got to do is get in front of a camera and show off my games. And then they get discouraged because they don't get the huge following. And they don't understand the work that goes into it. You know, there's very special people out there, okay? I think of Dan King, Game Boy Geek. Nobody can review like him. The Dice Tower and their thing, how strong they are. Do you think that they're just sitting on their duff and their hands underneath their back ends? No, they're working very, very hard each and every day trying to do things. And people try to imitate all that. Okay? Not to mention Drive-Thru Review, Ant Labs, all the quality, all that quality, just because you have a camera and some equipment doesn't mean it's easy to do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And these guys work their butts off. And it's a business. And there's people that are jealous of them. And there's people that admire them. And there are people in between that are trying to get some of their fame and spread it onto their channel. Wherever there's money, okay, there's a couple things that happen, okay? There's greed, jealousy. It's just day-to-day business each and every day. Each and every day, it's day-to-day business. Who's trying to outdo this one or that one or this one? I try to stay out of that. Okay? Don't get me wrong. There are tons and tons of good people out there doing good things and passionate about the things that they do. So don't take this as a huge negative rant. And I'm sure I'll get 10,000 thumbs down. Who cares? I don't care. You think you're hurting me? Okay? Because if you have the guts, I'm going to Origins and Gen Con. Come find me. Come look me in the eye and say it. Okay? Because that's when I'll sit there and talk to you. And try to give you the respect and listen to your side. But if you think I'm going to just take it from somebody hidden behind a keyboard, boy, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm far from that guy. I'm a guy that will come and I will do whatever I have to take. And until you can prove me wrong, I'm here for the taking. Good luck. Many have tried. Many have failed. You can take it as a threat. You can take it as whatever you want. Just know, in the back of your head, you got to make sure that you can actually take it out. You can make it go away. Okay? Make sure that everything you say you believe in so much that you're willing to put yourself on the line against it. And I really believe that. Because I'll tell you something. All I've wanted to do, and I think my biggest mistake on this channel, was try to get bigger so I can help more. There's some people out there that I still need to help. And I'm going to call one of them out. Sean Jenkins is going through a tough time. But because somebody couldn't pay their rent, I had to decide whether I had to make tough choices. Every month I have to make tough choices with the small allowance of money I have. And I have to decide where that goes. And sometimes I've got to say, okay, maybe I can get this to this person next month, or maybe I can help this one next month, or I can do this. There's a huge amount of administration that goes into this. I'm dead serious when I tell you, you know, and the thing that's kind of not helping me here is I don't have the Queen to filter me, because I'm speaking strictly from in here, from how I feel and how I act. You know, a young boy, I grew up tough. Okay? And the problem is, this next generation hasn't grown up tough. They've been candy corned and cupcaked. Some of you out there have been. But that's a rant for maybe another day. Maybe another day. I don't know. It's a good business. There's good people. But if you don't think there's a whole bunch going on behind the scenes, then you live in cupcake land. Okay? You live in cupcake land. Alright? And it's a fight every day for your position and your piece of the pie. And like I said, my biggest mistake was trying to do more to help more, because the decisions, and when you lay awake in bed, when you go to bed and you only have those 8 hours of sleep, and you lay there and you wonder, God, did I help the right person? Did I do the right thing today? Every day that's on my mind. Not to mention illnesses that few people know about. Our poor Bella, who's failing. And trying to balance that. Trying to balance making sure that the Queen is in good spirits because Bella is failing. And how do you negotiate that? And then sit down behind a paint table and say, man, I got a lot of stuff to keep going with. And then come out here and film a bunch of episodes and talk about things. So I wonder why I didn't get a lot of views. And I don't get a lot of views on videos. So I put out a video, a top 5. Which are the ones that you really like? And the ones that you like are the ones that get the least views. Hell if I know. I can't figure it out. You can't figure out a lot of things. I just dropped my glasses too. But because I scratched my head about it. So what do you keep? Do you keep this, that, and the other? One of the ones that everybody really likes is this right here. When I just sit here and I turn it on, or I turn it on painting. And I always felt that the painting videos, excuse me for a minute, the painting videos were the worst. Because I'm sitting there and I'm trying to work on 5 or 6 different figures, and I don't feel that I'm teaching anybody anything, because I always thought that maybe if I just taped it like other people. But, you know, that comes to the business again, you know what works. I don't want to be like everybody else. I can't do the cult of the new. Okay? It's just not in me. First of all, I'm not going to get the games before a lot of other channels, so I don't bother. And how do you compete with people that are so skilled and so gifted? When you look at all the people on the Dice Tower and all the skill that they have, and how well spoken they are, and things like that, are you going to make a video about the same game that they just did? It doesn't make sense to. Or do a playthrough, okay? Take Legion, for instance. Has anybody seen what Rodney's done? Rodney's the best in the business. The best in the business. And all those channels deserve everything that they get, because they are the best in the business. So how do you grow it? How do you do things, okay? You do things that you want to do and that you're passionate about. And whether people watch that or not, it's up to them. And you gotta have thick skin, because you're going to take a lot of heat, and you're going to take a lot of bumps and bruises. And in the end, all you're trying to do is help people. Show people certain things. Get people to pick up a brush. Not sit behind... Listen, I love video games, don't get me wrong. I'll sit there on a Sunday afternoon. I'm playing Sea of Thieves now, and I'm getting trashed. Okay, I'm not good at them, but I love them. Because I remember my old Commodore. Okay? But to pick up and use your minds. I love the fact that board games and war games, especially war games that I'm very passionate about, is a dying art. I went to Historicon last year, and I showed everybody that whole auditorium, and it was full of older men and a few younger kids, but not many. It was older men. There were people in their 40s and there were people in their 70s. They're not getting out there, and they're not grabbing people and bringing them in and saying, look, this is the history of man. This is the folly of man and what he's done. What can we learn from this? To look at an individual chit and say, this guy here historically did X, Y, and Z. Why did he do X, Y, and Z? And maybe go to the library and read a book and understand things and maybe learn from it. So maybe our next generations don't fall or run into the folly of what they've done. Or just have fun. Maybe it's not about a country versus a country, but just look at it a different way. It's just a game where you are competing strategically against somebody and interacting with someone. Bringing them in and just showing them things and showing them a different type of art. Whether they're painting, building landscapes, expressing themselves through gameplay, interacting with other people, instead of calling each other things over a microphone when you're maybe 4,000 or 5,000 miles away from someone. Learning about winning and losing. Learning how bad losing feels, that when you finally win, it means something, instead of everybody winning. Those are my thoughts. But getting back to the channel here, I think deep down, I've questioned over the last week, especially since the patron has been attacked, and this was over a year ago, that, last March, that these series of videos that I didn't even know about. That's going to show you how much I pay attention to what everybody else does. But it made me, it hit me hard. It made me wonder. And then, this week, looking at all the videos I put out, the 27th, this, is it Wednesday? This Wednesday, it's going to be 3 years and 1,500 videos. One man. We're probably going to lose Leland. Leland's tired. He's put in a lot of work. And that's more work I'm going to have to do. But I'm going to figure that out. But I have to admire Leland for as long as he stayed. He's helped. He's done things beyond human belief. I've asked him Monday to give me an answer, and all I get out of him is like he's got a bunch of marbles in his mouth at times. I love him dearly. He will always be a good friend, but you could tell it wears on him because I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. I put a lot of work in it, and I want to take this time during this to thank him for everything that he has done for me and the channel. Okay? Whether he stays or not. My question is, do I go on? Do I keep doing this? Do I keep putting myself through this? With everything that I have privately that you guys don't know about. And the burden that I walk with that. And I wonder, is making 15 videos worth, what do I make a week? 8 videos. I make at least 8 videos a week, okay, if you think about it. And is that worth, a couple hundred views? Maybe I'm not reaching people. Maybe I just don't have what it takes. And that's the thing that I've been kind of trying to figure. I go, there are people that have what it takes. When you look at Ant Labs, when you look at Heavy Cardboard, when you look at some of these other places, they have what it takes. They're able to reach that certain demographic. I'm an old man. What do I have to say to a young man? And these are the things that I thought during the week. And then I think about when I was in St. Louis. By the way, none of the comments that I'm making right now reflect Miniature Market or my sponsor. And that's another thing we'll talk about real soon. And I think to when I went to St. Louis and I did that massive painting class, And I think about those 4 beautiful little blonde kids that were painting with their father, and how happy they were and how much fun they were having. And I think about the little girl with the dragon, and how much excitement she had, and the time that she was spending with her father, and how much that's gonna mean to her, because she came up to me and she told me that she was an artist, or her father was so proud and said that she was an artist. And I think of her all the time, and how she just naturally, she picked up a brush and just knew what she was doing. Or the little boy that painted this fountain, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. And all the people that came to that event and showed so much talent, and I was blown away by it. And then I listened to somebody who was painting and say, you know, I'll tell you that it's nice, but deep in my heart, I don't think it's nice. How demoralizing is that? How demoralizing is that if you brought something that you worked on and brought it to that person, and deep inside, they're just going to lie to you and tell you that it's good or not? Why not take the time to teach? I never understood egos. We all have them. I just know what I'm capable of, and what I can do and what I can't do. And that's what drives me. You have to know your weaknesses and you have to know your strengths. But it's things like that make me question it. But on the other side, you know, I even think of Tim Root and his son, and how happy he was to meet me. They drove 6 hours down to see me. And Helen came 2 hours. And other people came hours away just to say hi. But I remember Tim's son and the big smile on his face. And I was shocked. I go, hey, I'm just me, you know. But he was happy to be there, and he wanted to be part. And they were a big help, and they were part, because they were part of something. And that's what I built here, is something. It doesn't matter the size of it. It's what you're part of. It's the strength of it all. And that's where I get my strength. That's when you're hitting that 13th, 14th hour. And you're going, man, if I could just paint for 2 more hours, I'll be able to cut into this. Or when you finally wrap up a game and you send it out to somebody, and you go, wow. I mean, I've got a thing here full of packages. Let's see who we have this from. This is from Michael Graff. Michael, I'm going to be getting to your stuff. You're on the shelf. If you make it to the shelf, you're moving up. I've got a few of them here. But I continue to go on, and I will. Because, you know something? That camp's opening up in June. What do they need this time? This time I'm going to send them a ton of maybe paints and brushes and things like that, so they can express themselves. You know, go even farther. I went to the, not Hobby Lobby, oh God, Hobby Town. And I needed some supplies because I've been painting like a banshee. For 6 paints, and then I picked up a couple of airbrush paints because we're going to be doing our 102. Maybe. It was $70. $70. And I went, phew, okay. Where's that come out of? Makes you think, Dino. It does. I'm not mad at you, Dino. It's just, it opened my eyes a little bit, and I was a little disappointed in seeing that. You know, especially since I really feel that I was taken out of context. And now I know how certain people feel. But I'm going to tell you something. This game here is a really good game. And just because this event happened, it doesn't change my decision on this game. It doesn't. And I hope you go out and you support his Kickstarter. And I hope you help him. You know, he did go over, and he did get a lot of traffic from this channel, which I was surprised at. And I do support that game, and it doesn't change my feelings one bit. Am I disappointed? Yeah. Did it make me look at everything? Yeah. I think what I'm going to put out to you guys is this, and I hope you take this in all seriousness, okay? Now, people are going to put in the comments, and they're only going to hear little sections of this because they don't listen to everything that I've just said. They're just going to take the things that they can attack, and they're going to put those in the comments. Some people that have been here a very long time just don't like to hear anything negative, and they don't hear the positive out of this, okay? And they'll attack. Why? It's the internet. That's why we've never seen any of your faces. That's why we don't see you behind a camera. Okay? It's easier to attack from a keyboard. But I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of nice comments from this. You know, hey, whatever you decide, good luck, so forth, blah, blah, thank you, blah. You know, and I'm thankful for everything. And constructive criticism, I'm always thankful for. But when you get snarky and you got a couple negative comments, I don't got time for it. Come find me. That's my favorite line. Tell me to my face and see if you can get out of the sugar hole. That's the way I look at it. Little anger? Yeah, I'm a little angry. But in the long run, I'm trying to decide what to do. Is it better to do less videos or keep on the pace? Does everybody enjoy the pace of videos, having a video a day? I always felt that if I put something out a day, that it's something somebody can look at. You know, maybe it's too much. Maybe I put out too much content. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. You can email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. You can email me at any time and maybe vocalize what you saw here today during this week's vlog. You can tell me your positives and some negatives. I'll take either one. Okay? Because put a name to it, a real name to it, and an email address, that's just as good as getting in front of my face. And I think that's what I deserve. I put myself out here. All the other content people, the good people that do content, and there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of good channels. There's such a wealth of channels out there that you guys can pick from and get something good out of. I mean, I can name off a bunch of them, but I'd feel bad if, and I've named off some today. And I feel bad for the ones that I didn't mention, probably. You know, because they're good too. They do a lot of good too. All right? And there's some bad people out there that just want to be YouTube famous. Looking for that viral video. They'll spit venom. Hey, you see it all the time. To just get a reaction. It's a work. It's a guy that can come in front of a camera and tell you exactly what he's thinking and feeling for an hour and change, which I'm sure. And be able to hit his points and go through. Now, what I decide to do is, you know, I really want to keep going. I really do. I want to keep going. And I'm going to give everything I got. I don't know whether to do less or more. I'm going to leave that up to you. And I've thought about hanging it up with everything that we have going on. And the few people out there that know this, that are out there, know I'm going through a lot. And they can testify it in the comments. Because they know exactly what I'm going through. And, you know how long I can go? I don't know. I don't know. Can I reach people? Can I continue to reach people? I don't know. I don't know. I'm very thankful for having the sponsor that I have. But if you think they're just sending free games, they're not. I've got to pay for those. Okay? I get a terrific discount. And then I pass it on to you because once I've reviewed it and stuff like that, I put it up or give it away or we auction it off to help more people, so we can take the money and help more people. That's what this channel is about. It's about its community and helping people. It's just sometimes I think we're losing the people that we're helping. And for those of you that have not gotten your Patreon stuff yet, please be patient with me. I think you understand now that I've put it out there, and you can understand the tide that I'm up against. But I knew it going into it. And believe me, it's coming and it's going to be worth it. I've fit some things in there. I've had to. And if you looked at my table today, you'll see I'm running 4 games at once. I'm painting at the same time, and I'm bouncing, and I'm bouncing, and I'm bouncing. You know, maybe I take back some time and just concentrate on painting. Maybe I don't know, finish up and walk away. Maybe I shut down the page. I don't know. I want to keep going. I love what I do. I've already put up 3 more videos. And I love the people I interact with and the people I talk to. Oh, hold on, somebody super chatted. Let me just thank them. It's my boy Killer Rabbit. Killer Rabbit, thank you very much. You're a great guy. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I'll tell you something about Killer Rabbit. He knows this is an alpha stream, and he knows what that means. It's a code word. We have a lot of fun at time. We definitely do. And some things roll over into this channel from another channel, and I'm very thankful for it. I think I said everything I have to say. There are people that are probably watching this laughing and going, he's down. Let's kick him a little harder. And then there's people that really do care. And there's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of you out there. It's a split world. There's always going to be jealousy. And there's always going to be true togetherness and caring. There's good, there's evil. There's dark and there's light. That's life. And I try to teach some of you some of this. Some of you that are younger, that the world is not a great place, but it's also a beautiful place. It's balance and finding balance. And I've been around a long time. I'm an old man. And I try to pass on the same things I would pass on to my children, to some of you out there. Some of you are my age. Sometimes you just like to hear it and agree with it and try to help the others. We'll continue to do that. We'll do our best. I think I just got to get out of this little bit of a slump here after this debacle with the patron. I'm working to improve the patron constantly. It's just I'm doing so many other things. I've got to find time. Take our other thing there, the Discord. I heard that's going pretty well. Well, guess what? I got to make an appearance maybe. That'd be nice. Maybe if I knew how to work it. I'm not very technologically savvy. I don't understand things. I don't know how to use these things. I'm learning slowly, but sometimes too slowly. I don't have the wherewithal to bring the channel up to where it needs to be. It's very old-fashioned and it's very outdated. But then again, so am I. Well, guys, that's all I've had to say. I want to thank all of you for listening. Please, some positive comments to help maybe turn a corner and make things better. Support some of the great people out there. Okay? And this week, what are you going to see? Well, I've already filmed my review for Legion. You're going to see Wednesday, I'm going to be painting Legion. Monday, the results of what segments stay and what segments die. I'm kind of surprised at the ones that are going to die, because I thought they were kind of cool. And we did another War and Pieces. Yes, Sue Park. Every week I promised you a War and Pieces, and I think I do this specifically for you and Kabuki, because Kabuki enjoys the War and Pieces, I think. Alright guys, I think I've said it all. I've got a lot of things to do. I might play something live today. The kids called me and they want to come over and play something, so we might do it. We'll see how it goes. I keep looking for my Combat Commander and I can't find it. I really wanted to do a big thing on Combat Commander. We're just going to see. Maybe we'll play something, maybe we won't. Maybe I'll just take the time and keep painting. I don't know. Battle Stations is almost done. That's one that I really, really want to do because, Jeff, you made a masterpiece. I love that game. And I want to do it justice with it all painted. Killer Rabbit, thank you so much for the super chat. Dude, I'm right there with you, bro. You're a good guy. And we'll love you all. We really do. And I mean it. If you see me at Origins, if you see me at Miniature Market, if you see me at Gen Con this year, if you see me at Recon this year, come up and say hi. It's inspirational when I have people come up and talk to me. It gives me the strength. It really does, to just keep plowing away, because I think of all the people I've met. And this last trip is really, I think if I didn't go on this trip to St. Louis last week and this all happened, I think I just would have shut it down. But I think of all those people, and I think of the Tims, and I think of what was his name, Fred, and some other people that just come up and said, listen, I'm a patron and I appreciate everything you do. And I really mean it when I say you don't know how much it means to me. I really don't think you understand how much it does. Alright, I probably put my foot in my mouth 100 times. Alright? And I'm probably going to get yelled at when I go out into the living room, because I know she's watching and she's going to say, you shouldn't have said this and you shouldn't have said that. But if I'm not me, what's the point? What's the point? I've got to be, who I am. And I'm fiery and I'm nasty, but I'm also kind and benevolent. I am, well, maybe I'm not that kind. All right, well, maybe we're pushing it a little far. I really am somebody that cares. And I want to do what's right. Sometimes I put my foot in my mouth trying to do what's right. But you're always going to know what I feel. You're always going to know where I am. And when I see you in person, if I love you, I'll give you a big hug. If I don't, you may get a knuckle sandwich. That's the variances. And that's just who I've been my entire life. You stand and you don't go backwards. And you guys should do the same thing. Stand up for yourselves. Believe in who you are. Okay? Get out and paint. Maybe it's not painting. Maybe it's playing ball. Maybe it's just taking photography. Maybe oil painting. There's so many things that you can do. But experience life. It goes by too fast. Too fast. And I'm finding that here I am on the corner turn, the fourth turn of the track, and I'm headed to the finish line. And I want to make this sprint worthwhile, and I want it to mean something. And this channel has a way of making me be able to do that. So, until next time, it's your old pal Rob. There's going to be a break here because I have to go shut everything off over there. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Hopefully next vlog won't be as dramatic. See you guys.